Hi friends, it's Michelle Maddox of Sedona Meditation Experiences with another episode of Sedona Meditation Adventures. This is my show where I come out to spend some time in nature around Sedona and the beautiful desert Southwest to practice and explore meditation and mindfulness tools. Thank you for joining me, and this week, as you can see, I'm by this big beautiful juniper tree behind me. Really gorgeous, and I'm very close to home. There's an empty property next to the condo where I live, and it's been empty as long as I've lived here, which is many, many years now. And it's always got a for sale sign on it, and it's threatening to be sold. And it always brings up in me this question, like, do I continue to pour my love into this piece of land, knowing that any day it could turn into an apartment complex or something that would take the nature that I love away from it? And that's a question that a lot of us have to grapple with these days. You know, there's a lot of people on the planet, and we're seeing climate change really start to impact the places that maybe you've come to love. And if it's not climate change, it's maybe plastics or other toxins that have caused the ecosystem to degrade. So what do? Do we just withhold our love and try to protect ourselves and, cocoon? That doesn't quite feel right, but it is difficult to continue to love a place even when you see other interests, and usually they seem to be commercial interests, intrude on the natural order of things and degrade into even deeper places of nature and wilderness. So that's something that I've been sitting with this week, and I wish I had an answer for you, my friends, but the best that I know to do is just to continue to have an open heart, continue to love the places, and continue to work to try to change, to stop the encroachment of development into wild places, and to stop dangerous toxins and chemicals from being released into the environment. That's my approach. So today is first quarter moon. And if you've been following my recordings, you maybe know that I've recently started a new meditation experience, which is the full moon meditation experience. It happens twice a month in Sedona, the night on the full moon and the night just before. And it's really got me learning a lot about rhythms of the moon and the traditional ways that our ancestors would use the moon to manifest and create. And the basic idea is that the new moon is the time to plant your seeds. That's the time to really plant the seeds of what you want to create for the month, to use your power of intention and creation to focus on what it is that you really want to create for the month. And then the full moon, which is 2 weeks later, is the time when the emotions run high and the light's really shining, and it really supercharges those seeds to grow and shine. But the period in between, which is first quarter moon, it's right in between the new moon and the full moon, it's a good time to kind of reassess the seeds that you've planted. If you've done any gardening, you plant the seeds, they start to sprout, and then you have to kind of thin them out a little bit. Maybe there's too many sprouts coming up in an area where they would be struggling for resources. So in order to have some really strong, solid plants, you have to weed out the ones that are not looking like they're going to be the strongest. And it's the same with your intentions and your dreams. So first quarter moon is a good time to reflect on perhaps the long list of seeds that you planted for what you're creating for yourself in this lunar cycle, and start to weed out the ones that, it's still important for me, but the most important thing, you only have so much energy to spend. The most important things are, these few dreams that I want to continue to work on. And I'm going to, weed out these other ones and maybe save them for another lunar cycle. So that's what today's energy can bring for you if you're working on manifesting with the full moon. If you never planted those seeds, it's not too late. You can still think about what it is you're wanting to consciously create this lunar cycle, and just slowly develop an awareness about where the moon is in her cycle. When is the full moon? And when it's full, you can, do a meditation, do a little ceremony outside, inside, it doesn't matter. Personally, I like to sit under the light of the full moon. And if you're in Sedona, of course, you can join me for a proper full moon meditation and kind of a ceremony to let go of what no longer serves you and to call in and shine the light on what you're really wanting to create moving forward. So maybe you can use that energy today, and we'll do a little meditation to kind of help with that process. Wherever you are right now, I hope you will join me and sit outside. If it's nice where you are, make yourself comfortable outside, even if it's just on your patio, and take a few moments. Give yourself that spaciousness to really sink in and do a meditation with me now. So you're going to hear the helicopters and the airplanes. That's Sedona. That's just what I was talking about at the beginning. What do you do? I would love it to be quiet and peaceful here all the time, but of course there's airplanes and helicopters, and it's been a challenge for me to incorporate that into my, my vision of Sedona. So just like this lot, any day it could be sold and developers could tear it up. That's heartbreaking, but I'm not going to stop loving it, and I'm not going to stop loving Sedona just because helicopters are noisy. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes and join me in taking a few conscious centering breaths. Let your energy drop down into your body, into your chest, your belly, your hips, feet, and just let that energy continue down into the earth. Feel yourself grounded and embodied. And now let your attention come to your breath. You can quickly scan your interior body to see if you need to let go of any tension in your usual culprits. For many of us, that's the tongue and jaw, the shoulders, the stomach and diaphragm, the hips, make any adjustments to let the energy flow through your body with a little more grace and ease. And watch your breath for a few moments. Now let your awareness come to the lunar cycle. And if you're not an expert, it's okay. Just know that the moon is continuing to grow. We're right in between the new moon and the full moon. So if you're watching this today and you look up in the sky later this evening, you'll see the first quarter moon, which is a half moon. And the moon is there to help you manifest your heart's desires. What are your heart's desires? Let your awareness drop down into your heart. Get out of your head and just feel with your heart. Your first response when I ask you, what is your heart's desire? What is your heart's desire? And listen to your heart without trying to edit it or hush it or tell it how preposterous it is. What does your heart want? And maybe your heart has a few things that it wants. You can kind of scan different areas in your life. What is my heart's desire for my physical well-being? Perhaps more exercise, healthier eating, more sleep. And now move your awareness to another aspect of your life, maybe with interpersonal relationships. What is my heart's desire in my relationships? Maybe you're seeking a deeper connection or wanting to start dating again. Notice what your heart wants. And now move your gaze over to business. What does your heart want in the business world? Is there a new business ready to blossom within you? Are you wanting a new job, or maybe a side gig? Or maybe you're ready to retire. Listen to your heart. And for the next minute or two, as we sit here in silence, just let these seeds find ground within you. These are dreams that your heart is sharing with you, dreams that you can manifest with your intentionality and your mindfulness. Identify the ones that really have the most resonance with you. And see yourself planting those seeds. We'll meditate here in silence for a few moments. How was that for you? Were you able to plant some seeds for this lunar cycle? If so, just visit those intentions a little bit each day. You can imagine it just like you would a garden. You're going to give them a little water, just check in on them, see how they're doing. And when the full moon rolls around next week, you can really supercharge those seeds with the beautiful light of the full moon and all of the energy that will work in your favor. I hope you come to Sedona and can join me for a full moon meditation experience. It truly is spectacular. In the meantime, thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to visiting with you again next week for another Sedona meditation adventure. In the meantime, this is Michelle Maddox saying goodbye for now.